Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Cricut has come out with another Design Space update. They are coming out with tons of updates. That is because they are trying to make it easier for crafters to create in Cricut. The one I'm sharing today is keyboard shortcuts called Hotkeys. This makes it a lot faster to do things in Cricut Design Space. I have used hotkeys for a very long time and it definitely speeds up the process. Cricut has shared some old ones that I've already been using, but they've also shared some new ones that I am really excited about. When I first started playing around with the hotkeys, some of them were not working. So if this happens to you, I wanted to show you what you can do in Cricut Design Space, and it started working for me. So what you do is go up to the top left corner, select that, then go down to your settings. And this, I'm sure, would go along with any of the updates if they're not working. You would want to switch from live to beta, then select done. You should be able to create in beta, but you can also go back to live and it should be working when you go back to the live mode as well. So I am going to go back to my live mode. One other thing before I start showing you the hotkeys, Cricut has come up with a chart that you can print off. They separate it by Windows and by a Mac computer, so you can print this off and set it on your desk so you can easily reference it. Some of it you might actually just start remembering what they are, and you don't have to use these either, but some of them I think are really helpful. The first hotkey that I want to share is how to save your project. I'm using a Mac computer, so my button is Command, but on a Windows computer, your button will be Control. So every time I use the Command button, you would use the Control button. So to save this, you will select Command S or Control S. So I'm going to select that on my computer, and you can see it pops up. Obviously, you can still come up here and hit save, but if you want to use your hotkeys, you can select Command S. I'm going to save this. I'm just going to type in coffee and hit save. The next few short keys are ones that I use pretty much every time I am in Cricut Design Space. So the first one is copy and paste. I pretty much always do it this way. So if I select my design, I'll hit Command C or Control C to copy. Then you'll hit Command V or Control V to paste. Now, if you want to select undo, then you can hit Command Z or Control Z. And I use that one all the time too. The next one that I pretty much always do also is just select the delete button or backspace button on your keyboard. So I have this selected and I would just select delete on my keyboard. Now I'm going to hit undo. Instead of coming up here, I pretty much always hit Command Z on my keyboard. So copy, paste, undo, and delete are my favorite ones that I have been doing for a very long time. The next one that I want to share is Ungroup. I'm going to select this. Obviously, you can come up here and select Ungroup, or you can just select Command Shift G. And as you can see, it ungrouped each layer. If you want to group all of your layers together, you would highlight over each layer that you want to group. Then you would hit Command G or Control G on your keyboard. And as you can see, it grouped together. It's super fast doing it that way. Now I'm going to hit undo because I want separate layers. This next hotkey I think I will be using all the time. So a lot of times in Cricut Design Space, I want to select a whole bunch of layers all at once. So just like how I wanted to group everything, I highlighted over everything. Instead of having to highlight over everything like that, you can use the select all shortcut. So that shortcut is Command A or Control A. So I'll just hit Command A and it highlights the whole thing. That one I am really excited about and I think I will use it a ton. If you don't want it selected, you can hit the escape key and it'll deselect everything that you have selected. For me, I might not use that, so if I hit Command A and select everything again, all you have to do is click to the side to get rid of it, so that's easier for me. You can also use hotkeys to move your different layers around, like move it forward or move it to the front or move it backward or move it to the back. Let's say that we want to bring this forward. You would hit Command in one of the brackets. And you can see how it just brought that to the front. I think that is a very quick and easy way to do that. If I want to bring it to the back, I'll hit Command and the other open bracket and it'll bring it right to the back. You can also use hotkeys to bring your layer to the front. I'm going to bring this down below the other two. You can see in the layers panel, the one we have selected is to the back, and if we want to bring it to the front of these layers, then you can use the hotkeys Command Shift open bracket or Control Shift open bracket. And you can see it brings it to the front. I honestly think that is a lot faster. Now let's say we want to bring it to the back. Then we will hit Command Shift and the other open bracket. Now I'm going to move this back. You can also use hotkeys to zoom in and zoom out. To zoom in, you would just hit Command plus or Control plus. I find that very easy as well, and to zoom out, you would hit Command in the minus sign or Control in the minus sign. So that's very quick and easy as well. You can also zoom to 100 and hit Command or Control 0. I love that because whenever I go down here, let's say we are zoomed way out, instead of having to click in, it's easier to just hit Command 0. You can also zoom to the selected item. Let's say that we have an item that's further away, so now you can't see it on the screen. You just hit Command 2 and it'll bring it right to that layer. We're at 259%, so if you just hit Command 0, it'll bring it back to 100. To zoom in and out, you can also hit Command or Control and use your scroll wheel. So I'm just going to use that here. Or you can hit Command again and zoom out. I find it easier to hit Command and the plus sign. There's one last one that I want to show you. If you want to get rid of these grid lines, you can come up here and press this little square to switch the grid lines, but you can also hit Shift G on your keyboard. So I thought that was pretty cool as well. If you found this video helpful, I would love it if you gave it a thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you hit the subscribe button. It is completely free to subscribe and you won't miss any of my Cricut and crafting tutorials.